Hello guys, welcome to Anime Feed. The sword fighting anime is fuel for many people. Some would like to be motivated by those twists and sad stories, while others are at it for pure work. Hence, this is a list of the best sword fighting anime so far. It is a mixture of different styles and techniques. From bloody battles to confrontations full of drama, everything is prepared to suit your different preferences and moods. So, before we start the video, please subscribe to our channel and support us with a like, and don't forget to give your opinion in the comments section. In the number 10, we have Kenshin vs Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin is one of the original animes focusing on swordsmanship, and its influence is easily seen in the later shows. Manhunter Kenshin is the best swordsman in the series who uses a special reverse-edged sword to avoid hurting anyone. However, when the situation demands, he defeats even the toughest of opponents and displays the superiority of his skill. Kenshin facing off against Shishio's mercilessness and flaming sword forms a direct contrast between their fighting styles and ideologies. While the former only uses his blade's dull side, the latter burns and breaks down his body, literally, to fight. It is this thrill of seeing two men fight for their lives and convictions that the fans crave. And in the number 9, we have Jin and Mugen vs Karya Kagetoki from Samurai Champloo. Though these are technically two different fights, the two are intertwined enough to contribute toward the same, perfect conclusion. Separated by two different factions out to kill the wandering samurai, both are forced to tap into their skills like never before to survive. Mugen must utilize his breakdancing sword style to avoid chains, blades, and projectiles in rapid succession, while Jin must predict and dodge strike after strike from a master swordsman with years more experience than him. By the end, both are bettered, bloodied, and bruised, but still alive, enough strength left to try and confront each other for one last bout. And in the number 8, we have Hyakkimaru vs Tohomaru from Dororo. If you love seeing samurai rush across the battlefield and chop everything in their path with a blood-soaked katana, then Dororo is bound to be a fun hour. However, it is important to note that this is far from just some of the samurai movies, since the antagonists are demons in the literal sense of the word, and the protagonist begins his journey as a large industrial doll with a katana for two hands. The animation quality of each fight scene is frankly off the charts. The battles flow with a hint of primal fury and primal rage that you rarely find in other anime, and this one between Hyakkimaru and Tohomaru attests to that. And in the number 7, we have Shiro vs Archer from Fate Stay Night. Shiro and Archer's battle is one of the show's highlights. Wielding dual matching blades, both of them clash against each other. With the ability to recreate broken weapons, Shiro manages to push Archer back, despite the latter being more skilled. Adding a dramatic touch, the background music seems to work as a motivating factor for Shiro as he steels himself and gets serious. With swords and magic flying all around, this battle is one to remember. And in the number 6, we have Yato vs Reibo from Noragami. All Yato ever wanted was to be remembered and have his own shrine made, and just when he found someone who managed to do both, she was threatened by another god. Rule number 1 of any anime is never to hurt the protagonist girl or risk him going apeshit. This is exactly what happened when Reibo threatened and hurt Hiyori. With his blue eyes flashing, Yato showed no mercy as he lashed out with his sword. His battle style could be described as beautiful but deadly. Within moments, he overpowered his opponent and showed just exactly why he was the god of calamity. And in the number 5, we have Orochimaru vs. Log from Boruto. Orochimaru was the main antagonist of the first part of Naruto and a minor antagonist during the second part as well. He is respected and above all feared by many people due to his legendary strength, and also because of his appearance. Orochimaru is one of the 3 legendary years of Konoha with Jiraiya and Tsunade. And he had an important role in turning the fighting table in the ninja war against Madara so that the peace we know now in the Boruto anime will prevail. The fight here between Orochimaru and Lug proves to us the extent of the development of the legend Orochimaru in this anime, and I think that the latter will have a big role in the development of events in the future. And in the number 4, we have Zoro vs. Killer from One Piece. As one of the few animations that marked a generation, his fights have always garnered attention. Speaking of the best sword fights, there is no way we can dismiss the user of the 3-sword style, Zoro. While he was constantly giving us amazing fights, it was his duel against the Killer that blew our minds. Although the latter has awesome power, Zoro used 2 swords with the machete he took from the Killer to match the deadly attack against him and face him with more power. And in the number 3, we have Sasuke vs. Killer Bee from Naruto Shippuden. Quite surprisingly, within its long run of 10+ years, few master swordsmen are seen in Naruto. Well, on second thought, not that surprising considering the show focuses more on chakra and jutsus, but truly, the number of sword users can be counted on one hand. Sasuke's Chidori blade and the 6-sword style technique of Bee clashed again and shocked the fans on every level. For the first time, the Uchiha prodigy seemed to have found his match, and similarly, the Jinchuriki also felt threatened enough to transform into its 8 tails form. The battle between them was incredible, and definitely, one that the audience would remember even after the series ended.
And in my flow with a killer blow!
And in the number 2, we have Jintoki vs. Utsuro from Gintama, the final. This showdown is a gut-wrenching, beautiful fight that perfectly caps off the major conflicts that have defined Gintama's more serious moments. Utsuro is the ultimate villain of Gintama, and this year fans finally got to see Jintoki take him on. The fight involves complex maneuvers including body hopping, the end result of which sees Utsuro trapped in mortal form. This is what allows Jintoki to finally defeat him, but it also forces Jintoki to make a huge personal sacrifice. And in the number 1, we have Nanashi vs. Luo Lang from Sword of the Stranger. Where other series take their fights to cosmic scales of insanity, Sword of the Stranger captivates with how it makes a realistic and grounded clash of steel feel visceral. Standing in the ruins of an occult ritual, the only obstacle between the wandering swordsman Nanashi and his friends reaching safety is Luo Lang, the leader of a band of assassins who have pursued them across Japan. Both master swordsmen in their own right, The action never lets up once it begins, with slashes, stabs, and counters flying out like machine gun fire.